We're here in the beautiful London at the World Blockchain Forum, and we're here with Peter. Could you please introduce yourself?
Hi, thank you. Good to see you. Thanks so much.
Yeah.
Little handshake to get us started. It's Peter Smyrniotis. I'm with Victory Square Technologies. As you said, we're here at the World Blockchain Forum in London. It's a perfect London day, and conference is off to a good start.
All right. What are your expectations for the day? You're actually one of the keynote speakers, isn't it? Or in the panel?
Good question. I was actually one of the keynote speakers yesterday on the launch of the conference. I also had the privilege of being on the panel in the afternoon on ICO regulation and investing, hosted by Mo Levin. Great panel on opportunity to connect on what's going on in the market. As I understand, this entire conference will be live streamed post in about a week, so I guess non-live. My expectations of the conference have been to generate good conversation, good dialogue. I've met some very interesting new companies and gathered a lot of good thought leadership from a lot of intelligent people with a lot of honest perspective on what's going on in the market.
What are your insights? What are the trends you see as the main trends for 2018 and the rest of this year?
It's a really good question. The primary trend I've recognized is that initial coin offerings continue to be the fastest growing component of investing for technology ventures, first and foremost. The last 2 quarters have seen more funding raised through crypto than all of 2017 combined. I would anticipate in the next 6 months we'll start seeing a more material position with security token offerings. And what that means is this new crypto asset class will get smarter, will get more interesting, and investors will have more regulatory oversight and control and be able to make money and support projects in a more transparent way.
You're based out of Canada. How is actually the regulatory framework there for security tokens?
It's funny you should ask that. Yes, the short answer is I am based in Vancouver, Canada. It's the West Coast. We like to call it the best coast. And what I would share with you is that the regulatory framework provided by our provincial regulators is going very smoothly. They've been very supportive of the initiatives to bring ICOs to market. More importantly, the Canadian Stock Exchange, the CSE, and as I understand it, the TSX, which is the other large microcap exchange, they're preparing to go ahead and pursue security token offerings. We would anticipate in the next 9 months to be able to give investors the opportunity to invest not only in equities, but in digital equities via security tokens. There's been a lot of positive work supporting that and a lot of good companies getting ready to participate in that endeavor. And the team here at Victory Square is frankly really excited to be part of that feature.
For the wider public, can you actually, what does Victory Technologies do? Are you ICO advising, investing? Or?
Sure, I'll let me clarify that. Yeah. So Victory Square Technologies is an emerging technology accelerator. We've worked with thousands of entrepreneurs. We've supported more than 500 startups. We've raised more than $100 million and most recently supporting companies accelerating in the space. What that means transparently is that we look for game-changing technologies right now in the marketplace that incorporates AI, blockchain, decentralization is the thesis. But we're looking for is fantastic opportunities to bring value to all the stakeholders, including entrepreneurs and investors working together. And our value add is that transparently, we are entrepreneurs working with entrepreneurs with a track record of making entrepreneurs successful. And I think that's what drives a lot of adoption. And we don't operate in a vacuum. We have great partnerships. And because of that, we have great momentum.
Actually, I spoke to Circle yesterday. Circle, the payment provider. Actually, they see it's a bit of a different topic. But do you see also more money flowing into this crypto market, more institutional money, or?
I would say we could almost guarantee it. The institutions are certainly a necessity and a requirement to bring their large LP structures, their large behaviors, their large regulatory oversight and their governance into our global landscape. It's mission critical for crypto as an asset class to become accepted and go mainstream, to have everyone comfortably and legally and transparently operating on the same level. I'm excited about institutional involvement because it allows the early adopters to feel validated for their participation and allows for more senior governance to ensure that as projects are getting funded and are growing, that they have professional investment bankers supporting them in their endeavors.
Yeah, especially perhaps custodian procedure is still a hot topic, also with ICOs.
You are spot on. There are a couple of bridges we still have to cross. They're really smart, really senior and very wise people working on these problems and collaborating with very young professionals with new ideas on how to solve that issue. So I'm glad you brought it up.
All right. Are there some interesting ICOs recently that you are enthusiastic about?
So I'll have to keep my mouth closed a little bit on this. We are running the ICO prize pool here at the World Blockchain Forum, so I have to keep my objectivity for this conversation. But what I will say is that there's fantastic AAA opportunities where people are excited to participate, great allocation opportunities to get involved with. But the most important thing to recognize is that there are ICOs happening globally, and they are happening regularly, and there are fantastic projects happening in your jurisdictions, in your cities, all over the world. And I would advise and suggest that you don't have to travel the planet to find great opportunities. You can literally pay attention to your communities that you're in, find the thought leaders, find the people building great projects, do your due diligence, investigate those projects, get involved, and pursue investment. I think that's a great thing that we have all available to us. These conferences allow us to congregate and look at these projects at a macro perspective. But I'm privileged enough to be in a place in the world, in the Pacific Northwest of Canada, where we have really, really fantastic opportunities. I mean, Victory Square prioritizes investing in great companies, and a privilege of that is that we get to see fantastic ICOs in our neck of the woods.
All right. Last question, what would you advise, for instance, Dutch ICOs who are looking for investment? I mean, they don't have to travel the world, or a little bit, but...
So transparently, to the Dutch perspective, I would say the following: the world itself is at your fingertips. You have great data sources and materials available to investigate opportunities. What I would also share is that the thought leaders in the space doing deals, building companies, are doing just that: doing deals, building companies. Good investors should always do due diligence. They should always pursue opportunities led by strong teams with pedigree and strong management. Investing in a blockchain company, investing in a company running a token generation event requires the same level of prudence and due diligence as any other investment. You've got to think rationally. You've got to think about what the upside is and what the risk is, and you've got to make an intelligent decision to support that. Transparently, I would suggest that the most important thing they do, of course, is make sure they know what they're investing in, recognize what that impact of that project is going to be, and get to know the management team in charge of that project. Understand what they're trying to achieve, and make sure that they align to what you're trying to accomplish.
All right. Now, thank you very much, Peter. And people can go to victorysquare.com.
It's victorysquare.com. Absolutely.
All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you kindly.